Good afternoon and welcome to Match of the Day from Vicarage Road, home of Watford Football Club, for their Canon League First Division match against Liverpool. And while discussions have been taking place recently about a Super League, it's worth remembering that only 8 years ago this fixture could only have taken place as a possible giant-killing cup tie, Watford then being a Fourth Division club. Well, since that time they've enjoyed almost total success as a result of tactical innovations on the field and a friendly approach off it. Along with other progressive clubs, they've encouraged a family atmosphere at their stadium. You can see there the family enclosure, a large percentage of young people making up the crowd, and very nice, there are Liverpool young ones in that crowd too, showing surely the way for all clubs for the future. And in the handicapped area, that section is set aside for handicapped people who are welcome back to football. Isn't it amazing and rewarding to see them thinking of other people as they proudly display their Hornets mascots at the front. Well, with us representing Watford, their director, Bertie Mee, part of a multi-talented team at the top, who in his time led Arsenal to a double and until recently was chairman of Fleecer. Welcome, Bertie.
Thank you, Jim.
And supporting Liverpool today, a man who kept goal superbly for them for 12 years, collecting numerous medals, 61 England international caps and a host of admirers. Ray Clements, now of course with Tottenham Hotspur. Welcome, Ray.
Thank you.
Now, tell us about this Liverpool side at the moment. Not quite the old Liverpool. What's missing?
Well, I think this season they've had a very good season so far, but just in this last few weeks, I think they've lost Ian Rush's goal-scoring touch. I think Ian Rush, as we know, has been a prolific goal scorer for a number of seasons now, and this year he's not quite sticking them in. I think he's only in fact scored one goal in the last 10 league games, which is poor by Ian's standards. But I'm sure Kenny's playing him in the side for the simple reason that he's still getting in the positions. I've played against him twice this year and he's still getting in fine goal-scoring positions, but unfortunately he's not hitting the target, which has always been one of Ian Rush's strengths. I think one of the other things that has made Liverpool strong this year is that Steve McMahon's come into the side, and again as a player that nearly came to Liverpool a number of years ago before he actually went to Aston Villa. He's come into the side and he's in the mould of a Graham Souness, sits in midfield there, wins the ball, is not spectacular, but gives the ball to players in probably better positions, does the simple thing all the time, and scores a number of vital goals as well. So I think those are just two of the reasons.
We'll keep an eye on those two anyway. Bertie, tell us something about Watford, middle of the table.
Yes, I think we've been playing as a middle-of-the-table side in the first half of the season, but some good signs been appearing in this last 5 or 6 games. We're beginning to stabilise, the team's beginning to bed down and look the part, and probably two players I'd like to commend to the viewers, a youngster, Nigel Gibbs at right back, number 2, who, a local boy, St Albans, come through the youth side. Very intelligent player, good defender, reads the game very, very well. Lacks a little bit of physique, but compensates with a very, very good attitude. Will be a very good player, especially when he learns to express himself forward a little bit more. And our other player, of course, is John Barnes. A possible World Cup selection, has the ability and talent of a world-class player, in my view, but has got to produce it consistently and has got to impose himself on the game and make things happen. Once he does that, then England have got a great player.
I've fallen out with the management here over a criticism of John when he played for England, have I not? Because he doesn't seem to take players on when he's playing for England as he does for Watford.
Correct, yes, yeah. And I hope he'll be doing that today. We'll all know at 20-5.
Well, there it is, the excitement at Vicarage Road for the visit of a side like Liverpool. There's nothing quite like it in football than that magic moment before the game starts. So let's join our match commentator, Barry Davis.
Well, this is the lineup the Watford crowd look to maintain an impressive home record. The one change from last week is Paul Franklin in place of the injured Steve Terry, and Graham Taylor has the experienced Jan Lohmann on the substitutes bench. It seems strange to me to look at a Liverpool team without Phil Neal and Alan Kennedy, but they've moved on, and Steve Nicol and Ronnie Whelan nominally occupy the fullback positions these days. And Kenny Dalglish, the manager, finds no place for Dalglish, the player. So all set for a Sunday afternoon at play. The venue, I suppose, couldn't be more fitting. Vicarage Road, and the referee in charge is Martin Boddenham of Brighton. And the two linesmen, Graham Crafter of Maidstone and David Keane of Reading. Liverpool in their chain strip, which is all white. And Hansen denying Grobbelaar an early feel of the ball. A bit interesting contrast in styles between the two sides. Steve Nicol. And here's a first slightly tentative piece of play for Paul Franklin. Only his second game of the season. He was injured in the 6th round of the Cup the year that Watford reached the final, and has played just one game since. He needed a cartilage operation in between, and that of course cost him a medal at Wembley. Pitch is nicely soft. It has quite a marked slope on it that you may have already observed. It tends to tip away a little bit from us and also tip left to right as we look. So Bruce Grobbelaar, when he backs away to his far post as we look, will have to be pretty nimble on his feet, as he usually is. It's Craig Johnston. Kenny Jackett going there with Ian Rush. First long throw. And the clearance from Will Frostrom. There's McDonald well forward. Slightly untidy clearance. Nice control from Alan Hansen. Here's Jan Mulby. Wears 10, but plays pretty deep. And the numbers really are only for identification. For example, Whelan is wearing 5, but playing at left back. And Kevin MacDonald, just in the centre circle there, is wearing 3, but playing in midfield. Whelan. Hansen put into a bit of space, which West was very quick to close. John Barnes. Mark Lawrence. Grobbelaar. Very much a character of the game, in fact recognised by the Cannon Awards. Came off Sterling's left ear. Talbot, it's a little bit sticky in the middle, as you can see. And Talbot looking to find somebody unmarked and failing to do so. Liverpool playing with 4 forward at the moment. Rush and Walsh together. Johnston, who'd come in from a wide position. That's a bit strong. In fact, it's much too strong. Little nudge from Nicol. It's really a very pleasant afternoon. The threat of rain seems to have passed. Quite a lot of blue sky. Sterling forced away. And forced to give the ball away too. Well, Franklin did well. He'll feel slightly happier, I think, to have made a good back pass under pressure. His first touches were slightly tentative. Tony Coton is the goalkeeper. Could of a tussle between Barnes and Lawrenson. It's Gibbs. It's a Liverpool throw. Came off Nigel Callaghan. Number 5 in possession, and 5 minutes have elapsed. Talbot, Callaghan. The early cross, which Sterling is coming in on, solidly away by Nicol. It was across the face of the goal, but never mind. He was well aware of what was around and gave the ball sufficient beef to take it out of play and out of harm's way. Tedden with the long throw. They're lacking Steve Terry. Normally takes the long throws here. It's Colin West with the fair hair. Four players for Watford just inside the area, and Mulby having to push a bit. Oh, Sterling, not tidy. Rostron, not successful. Give him some credit for being prepared to have a go on the volley. It's quite breezy, and the wind in the main blowing from left to right, and seem to lose a bit of the goal line, which Grobbelaar clears, and then clears the ball as well. And the goal mouth well sanded. Mulby. Sure, that's quite what he intended, but he found Johnston. And here's Whelan now in midfield. Hansen occupying the left-back position. Liverpool, when they have possession, tend to only have 3 at the back. They can vary the formation very comfortably by moving Nicol and Whelan forward. And it could make for quite an interesting contrast in midfield, because Watford really only play 2 players there, Jackett and Talbot. Loose one by McDonald. Callaghan, it was the right ball, and Whelan did well. He was attempting to get Barnes wide. Walsh giving an object lesson of getting your body between your opponent and the ball. Again, the back player, Brian Talbot. Callaghan a little bit sleepy. Would have stopped that going across his face, but that's a useful cross. West hanging, but not able to nod the ball back. And the breeze took that perhaps a little more strongly than West was anticipating. But Callaghan allowed the ball to go across his face, but then put in a good cross, but I suspect it got a little bit on the wind, and West was unable to knock it back, although he rose well. Going to nobody in particular. This makes a run for Graham Crafter, the linesman. who is making a return appearance, not, I think, by popular demand, but he was at Selhurst Park in a live match a week ago. Not that there was anything in his performance to deny him being asked back. We've had 10 minutes of reasonably untidy play, to be truthful. And here's West, took that well. Slightly unconventional tackle by Whelan, but hugely effective. Watford have certainly had more of possession in a match in which Liverpool really, after the results of yesterday, must go for the win. Graham Taylor was commenting in the week that if they're to win the title again, they're going to have to win it on opponents' grounds, bearing in mind that Manchester United have already won away 8 times and Everton 6. Liverpool have only done so 3 times to date. Sterling. He was really always running out of currency there. John McClellan again with the throw. Check it. Didn't keep it in. Goal kick. There's the Liverpool bench. Ronnie Moran and Roy Evans in the centre. And Kenny Dalglish with the topper. Walsh, Rush, and Sterling noting the movement forward of Nicol, and Johnston giving the crowd a certain amount of amusement. Hansen, Coton coming for it. Indicating a bit of holding down by Hansen. Referee happy to agree. Can the practice of the training ground bear fruit when it matters most? Watford pushing 4 players to the far side, and they're all across in a bunch. If it was fruit, it was certainly overripe and not edible. Whistle this time against West. McDonald on the left, Gibbs, Canahan, neat trickery, early ball, but West had strayed offside. It's some nice control, if a little fortuitous, perhaps, for Canahan. Rushton, McClelland. Watford have been beaten on this ground only once. That was by Luton on November the 22nd. Since then, home and away, they've had 4 wins and 2 draws and 1 defeat. So it's their best spell of the season, as Bertie Mee was saying before the match kicked off. I think West was so concerned to see whether he was offside or not, he actually gave up the possible chance of collecting the ball.
Well, in fact, Colin West is the one that's taken my eye, Barry, because he's only done 3 things, and each time he's threatened. When you saw him jump for that ball on the far post, like a Tommy Lawton in olden days, he was up hanging there, waiting for that ball ahead of the time and ahead of the defence. Quite impressive. what is amazing to me is looking at a Liverpool side and trying to work out where they're playing. They've always been so consistent and so certain, and there's no doubt they're in an experimental stage here. They've got Mulby at the back, and as you can pick up the commentary there, although the ball's tussled about in the middle of the field, and McMahon's on it now, and he shoots! And an easy save. Apologies for interrupting your comedy spell, Barry, but it's all yours.
That's all right, Jim, you proved that John and I do have a job, because that was in fact Paul Walsh. Jacket. Franklin. Colin West again. Barnes, he's onside, Grobbelaar to meet him. Well, that's the third time that Callaghan has nearly played the right ball in. But Bruce Grobbelaar doing what Liverpool goalkeepers from Tommy Lawrence on have done so effectively. As Ray Clements will know better than most, acting as the sweeper at the back, being able to play the ball with feet when needed. Gibbs. Mulby. Lawrenson. Mulby got a little bit of a knock then. He's not moving too comfortably. Walsh, pity. Surprising to see Paul Walsh do that, because he's normally one of the best turners around. Very low centre of gravity. A little man, very competitive, as little men have to be. Rostron, got to watch the bounce. Did so very effectively. Again, the back player. Liverpool ball. And the crowd not too happy with Steve Nicol. This time Mulby's forward. Talbot, out by Lawrenson. Talbot. Just to limit his forays forward, Brian Talbot. Because if he gets caught up, there can suddenly be a hole behind him. Long throw coming up from Wilf Rostron. Well, longish. Johnston. A bit all over the place. Here's Jacket, and that's a good try! And it's a goal! Grobbelaar was actually going the other way. Kenny Jacket, the scorer of Watford's 50th goal of the season, and it came from that extraordinary error from the Liverpool team. You watch Grobbelaar, he's going to his left, has to try and recover, and couldn't do so. The ball swerving in and giving Watford the lead. And the match has been on for 19 minutes. The match very much needed the goal. That's a good play by Mark Lawrenson. McMahon trying to bring a little tidiness around. must say I would be very interested to know what Kenny Dalglish's theories are on playing Mulvey at the back. It's always been thought in football that you could knock the ball over the head of Messrs Lawrenson and Hansen, but few have succeeded in doing so because they're both so quick in recovery. And Mulvey's so often playing as what the Italians would call a libero, a sweeper, a spare man at the back, call him what you like. Graham Taylor's side in front. Positive piece of play by Kenny Jackett. Liverpool's first corner. Rush right on the line in front of Coton. And here's McMahon. Nicol. Johnston finding himself having to try and beat the corner flag too. Well, he succeeded, he's got the corner. Jackett, already just. And here's Lawrenson in the deep. And the confidence to dwell on the ball, but they are giving it away extraordinarily often. And here's Callaghan. And Liverpool playing against the elements, playing against the slope. The wind is quite strong against them, but they're not getting players forward to support as well as one has seen them in the past, and their defence, frankly, looks a bit at 6s and 7s. McClellan, who's had a very quiet afternoon so far. Rush. McDonald. Teasing pass because it drew the defender. The ball was out. The linesman on the far side is Mr. Keane of Reading, David Keane. And you can see from his flag there that the wind is quite strong left to right. First test for Coton. Oh, that was an extremely good catch. It really looked as though he was too much underneath it, in that he was going to have to stretch too high and wouldn't make it, but he got his arms up very well. Very pleased to have taken the cross as well as that, because it was a good cross and he's had nothing previously to do. Jackett. Callaghan. A bit of space on this right side, Callaghan. He hasn't really been able to use it yet for all his efforts. Rush. Walsh. Franklin just wants to hold him there, not committing himself to the tackle, but now he gave him room for the cross. Callaghan. Colin West in pastures green. But there was no one in the green on the other side. Nicol. 3, now 4 Liverpool players forward of him. Walsh, I think being booed because he used to play with Luton Town, local rivals to Watford, of course. Goal kick. It may not look particularly like a First Division ground, Vicarage Road, but it's a very pleasing atmosphere. Very much the family club. Clear push, but the referee letting play go again. And he did for a second time because Warrell Sterling was pulled. Good to see a referee who likes to keep the game in motion. Oh dear. We'll be fortunate perhaps not to be unsighted by Lawrenson. Rushton having no trouble matching the pace of Johnston. Four up for Watford. Weston Barnes in the middle, Callaghan and Sterling on the flanks. Talbot is forward here too. Played, that's a better cross. Sterling, away by Lawrenson. Judged the weight of the cross far better that time, did Nigel Callaghan. But West actually had gone in a little bit too soon. Instead of coming onto the ball, was struggling to get back to meet it. Doesn't work that time, but good to see wingers taking on the fullbacks.
Yeah, it is indeed, and that young man as well likes to be on the other side of defenders. There he is now, trying to get it off the goalkeeper. But what is amazing me, really, is that Liverpool look like a team with self-doubts. They don't like this system, I'm quite sure. And it's worrying. I would be surprised in the second half if they remain 1-0 down or more to see them carrying on in this way, because by playing an extra man at the back, they lose the strength in midfield to dominate games in the way in which they've always done. And so it's quite extraordinary to see them like a side who don't really know where they're going tactically at the moment.
Talbot. Well claimed. Well, dare I suggest that Grobbelaar was looking for the cross being further out and recovered his position extremely well. West. Whelan. But he does often make goalkeeping look so easy. It was nearer the goal than he expected. Look at the adjustment of feet then, and the agility, and the fine catch. Johnston. 3 in the middle. Not really a very good clearance. Barnes. Good tackle by Mark Lawrenson. Offside now, John Barnes. Grobbelaar wants to get on with it. And does have the feeling too that Watford could do with the second goal. And here's Rush. And again Rush. Is tempted to say that that's the sort of thing that when he was scoring consistently would have gone in for him. He had 2 chances here. The second one was a bit of a swing. Just 1 goal in the last 10 games, Ian Rush. Made the opportunity, stretched for it well. Didn't really set himself, didn't give himself as much time as in fact he had. A slight delay because of an injury to Nigel Gibbs. I beg his pardon, it's not Nigel Gibbs, it's Nigel Callaghan. Well, I was right with the question there. And here's the Dutchman, substitute, Jan Lohman. I think it's only a minor problem. Tony Coton, who really hasn't had to get dirty in this first half. And we've had half an hour. Barnes. Sterling. They're queuing up. Barnes. Good play by Molby. Determined challenge by Molby. And it denied Barnes, who looked with half a thought. And Grobbelaar, as ever, calming things down. In the walls, but unconcerned. Barnes certainly got away here after Grobbelaar got a fist. Look at this determination by Molby. Got the ball, played the ball all the time, no doubt about that in my mind. Good lead by West. Rather by Walsh. It's McMahon. Molby, who was then covered by Lawrenson. But now look at the room that the back players have got to find to move forward. Here's one of them. Coming from midfield, Kevin MacDonald. Rush was a lonesome figure. John Barnes. Molby caught in possession, very comfortably indeed. Barnes has got Callaghan this way. Number 8, Sterling coming in on the far post. What a bad cross. Callaghan then really didn't think. Maybe he caught sight of poor old Sterling, but he was trying to hit the ball low. Past about 6 or 7 players to get to Sterling. Talbot. Well, the balance of play has suggested a greater margin than just one goal between the teams. It will be something that Watford will look back on with disappointment if they don't make it count while they're on top. Donald looking for support, and it's not coming. Molby seemed very unsure then whether to go forward or not. Offside against West. Lawrenson. Walsh and Franklin, goal kick. Smiles on the faces of Liverpool supporters. Good to see so many youngsters at a football match. I hope they played yesterday or this morning. 10 minutes away from half-time. Watford leading by 1-0. The goal scorer, Kenny Jackett. Johnson did well to take that on for McMahon. McDonald's cross, rush, but nobody behind him. Jan Mulby. It's the first time he's been in the last third of the field. Walsh. Walsh, Liverpool's top scorer this season, with 14. Wide of the target then. Barnes laying well forward, right on to Mulby, who was the back player. Here they are together, and there was a bit of a push by Mulby. Well, it's certainly not a role that he will play for Denmark in the World Cup. Man at the back, we go to Morten Olsen. Barnes. West forward, Jackett forward, good header by Lawrenson. McMahon, what was he trying to do? Handball by West anyway. But what was McMahon trying to do? It's a little difficult to suggest that the handball by West was deliberate, because the ball was smashed at him by an opponent playing it the wrong way. Maybe Steve McMahon was sure what he intended. It was obviously intended as a back pass, but extraordinary one in that situation, but clearly handball. Mulby. Rush. It's a lot of running for Johnston. Hasn't really been served at all, Craig Johnston. Again, Mulby caught in possession. It's 3 against 2. That's a good shot. Callaghan! Oh, no! And Liverpool enormously lucky. Barnes opting for the shot, having robbed Mulby, although Watford outnumbered the defence by 3-2. And Callaghan, well, one can only say a rush of blood to the head, because a side foot would have done it, although some credit is due to Grobbelaar, who got his hands down at the point of impact, although not actually making contact with the ball. Barnes struck it well, Callaghan did not. The basis of Liverpool's game over the years has been the quality of their passing. It's been sadly lacking this afternoon so far. Johnston. Scotsman not showing too much, but then Liverpool managers never have. No danger. Callahan. Talbot. McClellan with Rush. Rush able to play it across. Jackett did well. Unfussy player, Kenny Jackett. He does more for his side than some onlookers give him credit for. Walsh. Taken by Whelan. And again, a Liverpool defender caught in possession. It's happened so often. Barnes faced by McDonald. Out by Lawrenson. Jackett. Quite unbelievable. Must have been obvious to Ronnie Whelan that he played the ball out. Walsh. Played by McMahon. Not the through ball. Jackett again doing well. Whelan again giving it away. Barnes stays onside, but it was irrelevant anyway. John Barnes hasn't scored since October the 12th when he got the winner in a 3-2 victory over Manchester City here. Rush has gone on. Finds himself 1 against 1. It's Craig Johnston. Walsh. Yes. And that all came from the error in midfield. Suddenly Rush found himself, I think for the first time in the match, 1 against 1. He was able to hold the ball up for Johnston coming inside. Watch for the pace of Walsh going forward, and a very, very good finish. And Liverpool, who've looked nothing like their usual selves, draw level in the last minute of the half. And really that came from the total nonsense in midfield when one Watford player played the ball against the other. Two players involved, Kenny Jackett and Colin West. A mix first half in the end for Jacket. West. Sterling. Callahan to take, 4 forwards, out by Steve Nicol, same angle for Callahan. Johnston. Well, the total balance of play was all in Watford's favour, but they come off at half-time with the score at 1 goal each. Kenny Jacket, number 10, having put them into the lead in the 19th minute and maintained Watford's record of scoring in every home game this season. But then, on the stroke of half-time, a mistake involving Jacket and West in midfield, allowing Liverpool to build their first attack of any note, from which Paul Walsh scored to make it 1-1 at half-time. So that's the position as we start the second half, 1-1. And that was the result in this fixture last season. Since Watford came back to the First Division, each side in this meeting has had a victory with 1 match draw. Here's Walsh. And Mulby at least starting the half in front of the back 4 rather than behind it, where he spent so much of the first half. Could be a little nippy. Franklin's back pass. Mulby then moving into the back 4, and I must say, having followed Liverpool's performances this season, they've quite often played this way, particularly away from home. But here's McMahon, and that's well hit, and Coton did well to follow it out. Lovely strike with his left foot. Steve McMahon, who began his career across Stanley Park at Everton, went to Aston Villa, but this is the sort of quality for which he was brought back to the city of Liverpool. Massive players around the centre circle, which is typical of the modern game. Perhaps 4 up is very untypical of the modern game, but that's what Watford have. Lawrenson. Roston. Just not enough on the ball from Barnes. Spread out by McMahon. Well seen by Nigel Gibbs. West. Jacket. Roston. It's a good try. It was well held into the body, with West very quickly on seeking the rebound. Jacket. Walsh. Offside against Craig Johnston. Canny piece of play by Wilf Roston. Very aware of what was around. find West. Started well, we didn't see quite so much of him in the second part of the first period. Well won by Talbot. Sample of the chairman of the PFA. Talbot trying to find West. Lawrenson. First time we've seen him go forward, and he's such a good sight when he does so. Plenty of Liverpool players on this attack. Walsh found himself a little bit of space. And the shot from Ian Rush. He thought it was deflected, but the referee, Martin Fodderham of Brighton, thought otherwise. Tony Curtin, who came here in September 1984, conceded 5 goals in his debut against Everton. And like Grobbelaar before him, he's having trouble clearing the ball against the wind. Walsh, one way and then the other. He's made a little bit of room. Molby. Liverpool certainly attempting to seize the initiative. Really change their formation. They're just making better use of the ball and getting players forward at better moments. It's an invitation then to go inside. Walsh, that's a nice try. He's one of those players trying to remind the England manager that he's still around on the fringe of selection. Walsh. He's already demonstrated why the manager can't get in the side. Rush. Much more the focal point, Rush now. It's another good try, and it's worked quite a lot. That's the second save that Coates had to make, and this was the one a few seconds earlier from Paul Walsh. Molby. Rush. Sterling. Nicol very quickly up on him. Lawrenson. Walsh, can't really give him room like that to turn. He's done very well off the foot of Rostrom. Molby. Now varying which player comes forward from the back, and the system is working very much better. Side flag. And a really good crowd for the afternoon out at Vicarage Road. Wanted to come and see it for themselves. 17,000 nearly. It's the biggest crowd at Vicarage Road this season. Talbot trying to dummy out of it. Walsh. Much more imagination and much more variation in this half so far from Liverpool. Watford, as yet, really haven't quite got out of the dressing room.
An extraordinary change, Barry, as you say, after half-time. Really never seen two teams change in taking the initiative now. Watford look uncertain and lacking belief, and all of Liverpool's composure and cockiness really has returned. I mean, you could blame the wind a bit territorially, but it can't be only the answer. Watford appear to have had a blow from Frank Bruno or somebody as strong at half-time, and I don't know what magic Kenny Dalglish managed to administer in the Liverpool dressing room, but it's certainly working.
Rush. Nickel. Johnston just couldn't dig it out. But Rush is now, as I said, very much the focal point of the Liverpool side. He's the target man. They're playing it up to him, and he's beginning to spread it around as he did then very well to Nickel. Paul Walsh seems to me to be wandering more and playing more off him, and using his tight control and pace to good advantage. And in the end, in the contest between Nickel and Sterling, the free kick, it might be said, goes the British way. Callahan to take it. Just forward of the penalty spot. Rather disappointing, the set pieces from Watford. I'm surprised they don't offer themselves more width. They were all crowded around the penalty spot. Nobody coming in from the far side at all. Whelan, Rush, took it well. It's side netting. In the corner. And a good quick break again. And comfortably taken by Rush. Coton covering the near post. And covers the corner just as well. On by Jackets. That's a good football shot. Really came from the fact that Whelan couldn't get the ball properly under control to go forward, and therefore opted for safety. Johnston, Lawrenson, Johnston having to go a long way around, and Rostrom wouldn't let him get through. An indication of how the balance of play has changed. Watford already have had 7 goal attempts in this half. Liverpool have had 7 goal attempts in this half. That will be obvious if you've been watching. And Watford only 1. Johnston. Rostrom lost him a bit that time. Well reach by McDonald. They seem to be finding everything at the moment, Liverpool. Well claimed and well knocked away by Coton. Did very well then, did Tony Coton. I expect goalkeepers to be brave. This was a very important push away with the foot coming towards his face.
Please
Colby. Liverpool throw. And the scoreboard to our left. Imploring Watford with Watford and come on you Hornets, but the team at the moment seems to have lost its sting. It's Hansen. Real battle for Franklin, and the free kick has been given. Interesting to see whether the referee raises his arm, whether he saw that as obstruction or as a push. At the moment the arm is staying down, and I suspect that it means he saw it as the push. So it is direct. If Mulby wants to have a crack, or Ronnie Whelan. 5 in the box for Liverpool on the near side as we look. Mulby does have a crack. And a good one too. An arch at the back from Coton, turning it over. Looks spectacular, but the sort of save that a goalkeeper feels that he should be expected to make. Certainly a goalkeeper of Coton's quality. Out by West, only to Whelan. Totally miscued. Doubt if he made real contact on the boot. We passed the hour point of the match. But what a contrast between the first 45 minutes and the last quarter of an hour. Mulby. Greatest moments of frustration for a manager. Graham Taylor, second from the right there as we look. And you know everything's going wrong and you can't physically get out there to do anything about it. You've just got to hope that your team will come through as well. And here just a few of the shots. Johnston. Barnes has done well to go with Lawrenson, but we're seeing more and more of Lawrenson coming forward. That's a good fullback's tackle. Mr. Robson, were you watching? Mulby. Franklin. Did well to curl it down the line. Sadly for Watford, West rather spoilt it. McDonald's. McMahon. We've got goal side of Talbot. Here's Walsh. Rush! That's a fine save. That is a really very good save by Tony Coton.
Well, in fact, I wanted a shot of this man to show really what I thought of his game today. This was the best save, I think, so far. We'll look at it again just in a moment, but really magnificent.
McMahon.
Yes, and the moment now really to say that he's worth every penny they paid for him. And Bobby Robson, who must be blessed with an abundance of good goalkeepers now. I mean, we've even got one working for us today that wouldn't disgrace England in Mexico. And Coton indeed has impressed me as an outstanding goalkeeper in everything he's done. And really, that is something under these circumstances. He's kept Watford in the game.
Walsh. Rushton. Walsh has stayed down. Rush. Maybe getting the smell of it a bit, Ian Rush, having been denied. That was a very fine shot. Produce an even better save. Jacket. Ian Rush has a really quite extraordinary record for Liverpool. He's scored for them in all competitions in 100 games, and those 100 games have resulted in 81 wins and 19 draws. In other words, when Rush scores, Liverpool don't lose and they usually win. So that emphasises the save, I think, by Tony Coton. That's Paul Walsh, who's in need of the attention. The substitute for Liverpool today is John Walk, who hasn't been able to get a place in the side with only 6 appearances this season. In fact, this was the ground on which he made his debut when he signed for the club in March '84. Franklin, Canahan having to come back quite a long way to collect. Well taken by Ian Rush. And a free kick. Playing now with increasing confidence. Very similar position from Mulvey's shot a few moments ago. Again, it's a direct free kick. And again, Liverpool have 5 players in the area. Walsh! But the ball, in fact, had it gone out or was an infringement in the middle? I'm not sure, but the whistle certainly went. And I suspect, in fact, it went out. And Coton decided to let it go, and the ball certainly had gone out. Halfway through the second half. And Liverpool looking the better bet. Johnston. Walsh. Another good turn, control and find. Nicol. Johnston. Well, claim by John McClellan. Everybody other than Grobbelaar is in the Watford half. Walsh, another good turn. But nobody wide for him. Rush. Coton coming forward. And another good strike by Ian Rush. I think if you phoned up your bookie now, you wouldn't get too good odds on Rush scoring the winner here. Picked up. Nice idea. Just a suggestion that Watford have begun to find themselves in the second period. Played by Sterling. Whelan invited to try again and gets it rather better with that peg. West is onside. And the ball's taking a bit of a battering at the moment. And the pace of the game is, if anything, increasing. He's a tidy little defender, Wilf Rushton. One of the unlucky men to miss out on a cup final because of suspension, which I suppose one might say was his fault in the first place. Walsh. Judged by the noise of the crowd, they feel they're getting their money's worth here. Not a soul there. Feel in the back of the thigh for Talbot, but Johnston's problem is only the boot. If we played the advantage, that was a foul by Lawrence. It's a bit tight. Mulby. Straight through Talbot. To Rush. Coton off his line rightly, surely. Johnston. Walsh. Johnston took his time and looked for Walsh. It's a corner, the shot coming from McMahon. It's the sort of occasion when a player might have had a flash at the ball, but Craig Johnston made up his mind whether he was going to try and lob the goalkeeper or find Walsh. He opted for the latter, but Walsh got crowded up. And Mulby, would you believe, in the opposition 6-yard area. What a change. He was unmarked, really, if the ball had been dropped a bit shorter. Callahan. There's a gap down the middle, Barnes left side. Well, it's easy to play the game from up here, but it should have been Barnes left side. Lawrence. Jan Lohman. In case you've just joined us, tell you that the score is 1-1. And Watford about to bring on the Dutchman. It's a change because of the injury that we saw a few moments ago. Talbot feeling his thigh, or the back of the thigh. comes Jan Lohmann. It's his 5th appearance only of the season. And most of the others have been as a substitute. West. Strong applause for the corner. John McClellan on his way forward. West is already there. There's the Irishman. Canahan to take it again. Dear oh dear, he has really wasted the set pieces. Rush. McMahon. Handball, but again the referee plays the advantage. Good collection by Gibbs. He had to hold it because 2 players were offside. Barnes was aware of it, West was not. And we're into the last quarter of an hour. Nicol. Walsh. Always looks capable of setting something up for Liverpool. Craig Johnston's cross. Rush! Yes! Johnston's cross. Walsh, who first started it. And look at this for a piece of finishing. Before this season or before recent games, quite typical. Watford 1, Liverpool 2. Rush again. Walsh once more. Nobody filling the middle at the moment. Johnston. Well, we wondered about the finishing of Ian Rush. 1 goal in the last 10 games, but he's looked eager in the second half, and here showed just what he can do. Johnston. Mulby. McClellan didn't really look, and it ran quickly enough. West. Square, not the movement forward by Sterling, but now there is. They tell you to look up first, and he didn't. Well, he's a master of kidology, Kenny Dalglish. Did he really know it all the time? Now Canahan, can he drop the corner where he wants it? That's better. But fell comfortably for Liverpool. Dalglish trying to take Franklin on. No foul. I'm not sure that Rush agreed with that verdict. But if anything, I think Rush did the first pushing. Dangerous play, foot up by Jacket. Rostron. That's a lovely turn. Trying for a bender of the outside of the boot. Gibbs. On by Lohman to West. Jacket. His first touch let him down a little bit, made the angle more difficult. But not a bad try. I'm not sure whether our statistician, Albert Searle, would count this as a shot on goal because it was just wide, but it's only the second time in the half that Bruce Grobbelaar has been in any way concerned. And in marked contrast, the goal scored by Ian Rush was Liverpool's 14th goal attempt in the same period. Liverpool 9 minutes away from the victory, one which would keep up the pressure and take them into third place. Barnes. Is there some magic to come from him? He's got the free kick. Moves back to the middle, where one feels he is happier than playing on the flank. More contrast between the role he's now playing for his club and the absence, of course, of Luther Blissett, and the role that he may be hoping to win a place in the England team with. Again, all the Watford players close together. Barnes got half a flick, out by Hansen. Walsh, good determined challenge, but then surely he fouled his man. Yes, he did. Jacket was the innocent party. Didn't quite lose it. Everybody in an attacking position for Watford except their goalkeeper. Barnes, well hooked away by Hansen. And Tony Coton is well outside his area. Rostron. That could be problems if it's played well. Craig Johnson in possession. Rush. Liverpool prepared to take their time with it and just keep possession. Kevin McDonald, one of those who's really made a comeback in the Liverpool side this season. And the two who weren't doing so well under previous management are doing well under Kenny Dalglish. Craig Johnston, Ian Mulby. And two others. Franklin, McDonald, taken by Walsh. Johnston, given the service in marked contrast with the first half. Callaghan being urged on by the home crowd and by the others in the championship race. This is John Barnes. Was unable to make the most of a useful looking ball. Barnes again. Sterling held it up well. Corner. Walsh comes back into the area to make an extra marker. Just Rush a lonely figure in the centre circle. McClellan has left him to come and act as an attacker. Franklin stays back. Oh, easy. Certainly disappointing feature of Watford's game has been the quality of their set pieces, free kicks and corners. Nearly all of them, if not all of them, taken by Callaghan. I don't think he's had one that could in any way be described as good. Oh, it's a bit short, and here's Walsh. No doubt now. Well, fitting really that it should be Paul Walsh, because he's done most surely to turn this game Liverpool's way. The disappointing back pass from Paul Franklin, and no doubt now where the 3 points are going with Liverpool's third goal. Coate really had no chance. Well to parry initially. Walsh just following through to watch it over the line. Well, that takes Walsh to 16 goals this season, Rush to 14. Between them, they have pulled Liverpool's story completely around. Sterling and Grobbelaar having to backtrack, and we have another goal. Jan Lohmann. And I think Grobbelaar a little let down by his defenders, although he was well out looking for the back pass. Nicol made a bit of a nonsense, and Lohmann had no difficulty. Comfortable finish for the Dutchman. And for the record, that's the first goal he scored since September '83. And one goal behind on the Watford target there, of course. It's 2-3. Walsh. Has a commentator spoken too soon? It wouldn't be the first time, would it? Well watched by Rushton. Barnes. Jackets. Chasing it here. Lohmann. Now John Barnes. Hansen with him. Callaghan over to the right. Well, I'm not sure whether we've woken up the vicar, but it's all happening at Vicarage Road, that's for sure. And we're into the last 2 minutes. There's still hope there. Rush. Rush again. McDonald waiting on the far post. Nicol. Or a 3 forward only. As we move into the last minute of the match. We keep looking for Barnes, but he's been unable to deliver. Johnston. McDonald makes the run, and he's seen him. No, we can do without that, thank you very much. Johnson in slow motion. Walsh! Oh! Well, he really was pretty close to getting his hat-trick. Barnes. It's a question of the time allowed for the injury to Talbot in particular. Free kick. Whistle again is for the free kick. That one is the final whistle. One ricochet in midfield, and what a change there was that followed. And one can only say, as Graham Taylor walks off, obviously disappointed, but one can understand why Kenny Dalglish decides not to pick himself. 2 goals for Walsh and 1 for Ian Rush.
Well, indeed, what an afternoon of excitement here at Vicarage Road. The home fans obviously disappointed, but they saw 5 goals, plenty of action, and not an ounce of malice. So, in case you've just come in or you'd like to look at the exciting moments in that game again, let's look back at the best moments of that hour and a half.
Well, longish. Johnston. A bit all over the place. Here's Jackett, and that's a good try! And it's a goal. Grobbelaar was actually going the other way. Kenny Jackett, the scorer of Watford's 50th goal of the season.